right. So if your bioquantum isn't producing any more water, or the production rate is low, it's probably these two things I'm going to go over, which is the leak block sensor and the pre-filters. So first things first is we're going to take the door off. Let's take the door off. We grab the sides of the door, we push down and pull towards us. That removes the door. Now we can see what's going on inside the machine. Inside the machine, we got our filters here. And then we got a leak block sensor on the floor here on the unit. That is where we're going to have the, we're going to check, see if the leak block sensor is bad. So if the leak block sensor is bad, that means the filters will not get fed. And if the filters aren't getting fed, that means the whole machine's not getting fed. That would mean that you have you have no water. So that would cause the no production rate or low water you see coming out. So first things first is we got to turn off the system here. This will turn off the ball. This is a ball valve right here. We'll turn off the feed from the leak block. And then when we turn that off, we want to grab some water out of the machine, just if there is some. You want to depressurize it. If there's no water, obviously you don't have to do this because there's no pressure on the lines. So I'm gonna take out some water here, and then after we take out some water, I'm gonna check my ball valve. So I'm gonna put down this thing right here so we get a better view. Right over the ball valve here. So now that we don't have so much pressure on the back, I'm gonna remove this tubing right here. If there's too much pressure, it'll be hard to remove it. So now it's easy to remove, so I'm gonna take it out. A little bit of water came out, that's why I have this rag here. So when we don't want to get this wet paper towel right here, or else it'll turn on the leak block, and then it'll just turn off the water to the whole system. So what we want to do now, after we turned off the ball valve here, we removed this tubing. After we emptied some water out, we want to put a glass over it and check it, see if it's open. We open it, and if no water is coming out, like in this instance right here, the ball valve is on, but no water is coming out. So that can tell me two things. It could either mean that this needs replacement. The battery needs replacement in here. It's a 9-volt battery that you would open here on the side, right here. So 9-volt in there. We would need to replace that. That's if there's a low battery. If it's not the low battery, and if we replace this and the battery's still fine after we reset the filter, we reset it. So after we change out the battery, we reset it. Even if it's not coming out afterwards, that tells me that the solenoid in here went bad. So that the only way we're gonna fix this is if we just replace the whole unit here. This bottom, this leak block sensor, this unit we replace, and then that would bring it. They could get water back after. Because if this goes bad, then no matter what battery we put in or what we do, this will not work. And if this doesn't work, our filters are not getting fed. So that's the first indicate. This is the first thing we got to go look at to see if why our filters are not working, why our machine is not filling. So after we know it's not working, right? Then we would replace this. But let's say while we're doing this, we open it and it is working, like right now. Let's say it's working. But we're still low on production rate, or we have no water coming into the machine. Well, then it's most likely the pre-filters in the back. This carbon, this is sediment here, this big one right here, and then right next to it's a carbon. These are our pre-filters here, and if those get clogged, then the machine will not fill. Or if they're clogged, it'll fill really slowly. So after so let's say we know this works. I'm gonna plug it back in. I'm gonna keep this off though. Keep it off. So I know this works, but I'm still having low production rate. What I need to do then is check the pre-filters here in the back. Raise my tripod here. So from the pre-filters here, if I follow them, the tubing goes here, and then got our pre-filter, and then right next to it, connected to it, is the sediment. I mean the carbon. So here's our sediment. Big guy here is sediment. Small one is carbon on the back. These are our pre-filters, and to check this, you need to follow the line here. We're following the line, and then here I'm gonna depressurize the system, so it shouldn't be so hard to remove these. I'm gonna put my rag around it, and then I'm gonna unplug it, and then see, I unplugged it. All right, so you watch, this is from the carbon. If we follow it, it's now unplugged. So this is our pre-filtrations. From our pre-filtration, we're gonna check, see if it's clogged. We got our glass here, and now I'm gonna open it, and you see it's working. It's working. So that tells me that the filters, the pre-filters are working, and the leak block sensor is working. Nothing should really be the issue. That's if it was okay. So just showing you how a pre-filter looks if it's working. Obviously, if it's not working, we put it our cup underneath, and then we turn it on, and if nothing comes out, then that tells me that the filters are yeah, if I open this up again and nothing comes out, versus when it did come out, that tells me that the pre-filters are dirty and that they're clogged. So yeah, those are the two things that cause a low production rate or no water at all. Just go over what we did again. So first is the leak block sensor. We make sure that that's working, and if that's working but we're still having low production numbers, low production rate, then it's the pre-filters in the back of the machine here, the sediment and the carbon. And if they most likely need to be changed out. I don't know if your yearly set is due, or if your water's just dirty around that area and we need to change it out every 6 months, because sometimes that is also the case. So yeah, just showing you what to do and so in this situation. I'm just gonna put the door back. Close it. Put on the door here, there's a little hole right here on the floor. We want to line it up with this this pin on the door right here. It's a spring. Line it up with the hole there, and then we push down, push away, and then that closes it up. But yeah, so if just go over, if it's the leak block sensor, we check the battery. If it's not that, then it's most likely the solenoid went bad, where we need to replace it. But if the leak block sensor works, but we're still having low production rate, then it's the pre-filters in the back. I showed you how to check those, and if those are bad, then we need to change them out. So yeah, if, hopefully this helps, and I hope we can help you with whatever issue comes up.